Hello everyone and welcome to the Voidcast. We're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons and more importantly, have a lot of fun doing it. This will be the second live episode of the Precipice of Dreams. If it's your first time here, welcome. If you've been here with us before, welcome back. We really appreciate that all of you are coming along on this adventure with us. So first off, Michel is going to talk some social media again.
Yeah. Hey guys. So if you haven't already, like our content on all the sites we have. Join us on Twitch, on YouTube, on Instagram, and on Facebook. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. You guys have been amazing so far, but we need way more help to become as big as we want to get. So yeah, do that. And with that, I'll throw it back to Roger or to Jasper.
Yeah, thanks. I'm gonna throw it to Jasper because he's gonna say something about his new show, Talking Void.
It's like a ball, really, you know?
Yeah.
Throwing it from one person to another. Yeah, so we had our first episode of Talking Void, which was pretty funny and pretty much fun. And we will be continuing that next week. The VOD will be up soonish, probably before the next episode of The Precipice. Please send in your questions for the next episode, and we will discuss them on stream. My next guest will be Erik. So, well, did they hear it now? I don't know, but it's the guy in front of a bookcase full of fantasy stuff.
The grey one,
right? The grey one,
yeah.
Grey one, yeah. Far relative to Gandalf, whatever. So that's all about all I'm going to say about Talking Void. Just leave your comments on their Instagram and YouTube and wherever you want to. We have an email address as well. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say about Talking Void. Throwing the ball back to you.
Yeah, before we do the recap of the previous session, I would like to once again share with you the awesome video trailer our guy Michel here made. And show it to you again. It's kind of an introduction to the world, so here it is.
Aedon. Over 200 years ago, the world trembled in the wake of the last god. When the gods disappeared, they took all the fire magic with them, and the world fell into chaos. 6 years after the godfall, a new god arose. Aedon, god of the world. But the damage had been done. Even now, the world remains wounded. More and more land masses have become corrupted, leaving them uninhabitable and dangerous. Now, 5 unlikely adventurers gather, and the world will be changed forever as they journey beyond the Precipice of Dreams.
And here we are again. To fill you in on what happened last time during the Precipice of Dreams, I will give the word to Djinn.
Thank you. Well, I'm going to start where we left off last time, because we are, as a traveling companionship, traveling to Brentwick. We just arrived in Cabri and decided to spend the night there. A little information which would start my introduction is that there were some guys in the old sword, I think the inn is called, and they were eyeballing Sir Gunther's pieces. So Thomas was already a little bit on edge and thought that maybe it would be better not to go to sleep, while Bowin and Oddleif thought they needed their rest after their hard journey, and Solwing was on the other side of town sleeping in the church, for it was far more free than the inn. I'm going to start at the old sword, because as Thomas checked the alleyway through the window and stayed up for quite a long time, he nodded off a little bit as he felt that maybe things were going to be safe, awakening with 2 people in his room, and they were already going through Gunther's stuff. And as soon as he saw them, they became vigilant, and he yelled, "Stop that, you!" I don't know what you yelled exactly, but you told them to stop what they were doing and prepared for a fight. That was exactly what happened, because one of the guys actually was a fighting brute kind of type guy, so he immediately started fighting Thomas. While in the meanwhile, Bowin was smart enough to summon his familiar / owl / bird / weird familiar, and he gave him the instructions to stay vigilant, because Thomas had already said that he expected trouble. So because of this, Bowin woke up quite soon after the perpetrators were viewed, and got up to see what was happening. Oddleif also woke up and decided to join the fray. In the room, a battle ensued, and the brute was quite durable, so to say. So it actually needed all 3 of them to be brought down, giving his companion the chance to escape through the window, but only just because Thomas had just wrecked himself loose from the grip of because he was being held at his leg by the big brute. And he got an arrow out, which was an agonizing fall for the thief that tried to exit the inn. And as that happened, it was actually Oddleif, if I'm not mistaken, that dealt the final damage to the big brute, because he was down for the count, but she had this moment where she became a little less friendly than we know her, and started stabbing her with her spear several times. Thomas, in the meantime, also climbed out of the window to retrieve a chest which the thief had stolen from the room, and as he was retrieving it, was attacked by yet another bandit / brigand, and was wounded pretty much to the point where we were afraid to lose him. But then suddenly we found out that Bowin can actually use his familiar owl to cast healing spells, and he diverted some magic to his familiar to help Thomas regain his vigor and his durability. And that gave him the time and the power to overpower the last brigand. And then the city watch came by, and he called for them, and they went inside to check out what was happening. In the other side of town, Solwing thought to have a nicer and quieter evening of rest, but no such thing happened, because he was also attacked in his room by one of the priests of Aedon serving the temple. He quickly dealt with him, because although he was using some terrifying magic, he was not fast and quick enough to overpower Solwing. After which a grand priest of the temple came to his room, or just the higher up priest in the temple came to his room and cast a spell which seemed like a spell which made you speak the truth, and started questioning Solwing as if he was the perpetrator of the crime of the fallen acolyte. And soon Solwing thought, this is not really a good way to treat a guest, so if I'm not welcome, then I'm going to go back to the Old Sword Inn and see how my companions are doing. I just arrived there, and I think that my companions will wake up any minute now.
Yeah,
Thanks.
that's true. Thank you for that. Yeah, so you're sitting in the common room of the inn. You're drawing a map, if I'm not mistaken. And it seems that your friends have decided to sleep in. So as the room fills with other patrons of the inn, your friends are not among them yet. It takes a while, but eventually they calm down.
Can I do one thing before they come down if I have to wait?
Sure.
Because I'm going when it gets busier, I will roll up my stuff and put it away. Because if it's busy, then I can't really concentrate enough. And then I walk to the kitchen and ask them, or as close to the kitchen as I can possibly be. And ask the person there. I have a question. Would it be possible for one of my companions to cook breakfast for us?
That's highly irregular, to say the least. But I'm sure might be able to make an exception. Why? Our food not good enough?
I didn't taste your food, but I tasted some other food here in Cabri, and I'm really fond of our own cook.
Okay.
What do you put in those dishes, Bowin?
I don't think you're welcome at Cabri anymore after this.
Bird feed.
I'm sure we can make an exception.
All these seeds,
as long as he stays out of the cook's way.
Yeah, I think he can do that, and I will definitely pay you for making use of those services.
Oh yeah, you'll pay for a regular meal, but you can use the facilities. That's okay.
Perfect, thank you.
All right.
And then I get back to my table and wait for them.
All right.
Your churches suck, your food sucks.
So,
who among you wakes up first?
yeah, you want to roll for it, Jas? Like highest roll on the
Sure.
D20 wakes up first?
Sure. Okay.
I think
was
we're
in
both.
a coma, but
I
okay.
mean, I'm assuming we're both early risers. You're not? You're
No, I'm. Well, I get up after 8 hours of sleep. That's how it works for me.
I mean,
He takes long rest very literally.
Yes.
yes.
Not because of the rules, because that's how I sleep.
Okay. Well, I'm. Then I guess I wake
roll.
up first.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let's go.
I didn't care.
Sure.
So okay, I go down. I walk down the stairs. I'm wearing my my half plate and everything, my clothing. I just sat down on the bed, and after the rough night we had, and just walk down the stairs, where I assume I see Solwing.
Good morning, Oddleif.
Good morning, Solwing. You're in here early. Didn't expect you to arrive here in the morning. So sorry I kept you waiting. And I joined him at the table.
Oh, no problem. I didn't wait for too long, and I didn't feel welcome at my old address, so I thought that I was going to meet up here anyway.
Hey, you say too long, but it has been a couple of hours. At least 4.
Yeah, but I needed time, so...
Yeah, sure. No, that's okay. But
You
as long as you
wouldn't
realize
believe-
that yourself.
You wouldn't believe the night we had. We were attacked yet again.
You
believe
too.
it or not. Wait, what? You were attacked too?
Yes, I was.
By who? By those bandits again?
By a priest, actually.
By a priest?
Yeah, who went,
Can't trust
berserk,
him.
or I don't know what happened to him. But you were attacked too.
That sounds really weird. Yeah,
I heard
yeah.
it from the guards.
I guess regular brigands. I don't know yet if they had anything to do with the ones we saw on the road, but they seem to be after something. They were trying to loot Gunther and Thomas.
Were they sane?
Yeah, they seemed sane enough as far as yeah. They were just regular folks, thieves, bandits trying to steal stuff. I guess I didn't notice anything strange. But tell me what happened at the church then.
I'm going to tell you the whole story, but I think I will wait a little bit because I really want to tell Bowin as well, because he needs to explain to me if some things what happened there are normal or not.
Well, I highly doubt that he might have any answers for you on that, but we can certainly try. I think yesterday evening, do try and go easy on Bowin. I think yesterday was pretty rough on him the evening. So,
Is anybody hurt?
I don't know. We're all fine. No major injuries. Right?
Got some arteries.
Yeah. Sorry. You can. I would know but everyone is healed up, right?
Yeah, but there were severe injuries inflicted upon Thomas. He was really badly wounded.
He was already healed by Bowin. I already saw him being healed up, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So
nothing a long rest won't cure, but still.
Yeah. So there were some severe injuries, but luckily enough, Bowin was able to cure them to a point where a night's rest would take care of the rest. So yeah, I'm actually starving for some breakfast, and I try to wave somebody down to.
If you wait, I asked the cook if Bowin could cook.
I would actually prefer a meal. Not that I don't mind Bowin's cooking, but I would just prefer breakfast from the inn itself. I think it would be a bit inappropriate to ask to ask them.
They were perfectly okay with it. But suit yourself. If you want breakfast from here, then
yeah, I think I'm going for breakfast. I'm assuming it's a hearty soldier's breakfast that they are serving here, so I have a mind for it this morning. A taste for bacon and other things. So I wave somebody down and order breakfast, and then I just wait because I really want to hear that story.
Can I wake up?
No.
Yeah, sure. Wake up.
Okay. Yes, I'm waking up. So I open my eyes. I sit up straight away and put my legs beside my bed and start my morning rituals, which is a prayer and then putting on my clothes, which I pull over the blood-stained robe I'm wearing. And when I'm ready, I give Kiss a nod and stroke his small head, and he hops on my shoulder, and I walk to downstairs. But while I'm walking downstairs, I suddenly realize something, and I look at Kiss, and he disappears. And when I come downstairs, I look around for who else might be there.
Good morning, Bowin.
Solwing, Oddleif. What a morning it is.
Well,
Sir Gunther not here yet?
No, he's
yet.
not.
Oh, I hope you don't mind, but I asked the chef if it was okay for you to cook breakfast for us, and it was okay.
Okay. And I go to the kitchen. Walk straight off.
The cook seems surprised as you enter the kitchen.
So this, my friend Solwing said that I could cook with you.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I heard about that. Didn't actually think it would.
So which pots can I use for my cooking? I have some herbs of my own, if you don't mind.
Okay, you're cleaning up after yourself as well.
Of course.
Okay, then you can use that corner over there. There's some pots and pans there if you need.
Okay, so I'm lacking the main ingredients, but I will pay for them if I need them, of course. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So I'll go upstairs and get my herbs. I walk upstairs and come down again. And I start cooking in the kitchen.
Solwing seems excited.
Shall we do that or shall we do Gunther?
You're mute.
You're muted.
I talked to
Yeah.
softly. Shall we skip to Gunther or?
Yeah, Gunther and Thomas are waking up, and Gunther is stretching a bit, and then he beckons Thomas. Thomas, is everything okay, boy? Thomas nods. He looks bruised all over the place from where he fell, and his shoulder was dislocated. He put it in himself last evening. Thomas is already cleaning through Gunther's armor, and he helps him dress up. They hear Bowin walk by when they were dressing Sir Gunther up, and 5 minutes after Bowin, they leave downstairs and enter the room.
Good morning, Sir Gunther, Sir Thomas.
Morning, good morning. Have you all slept well? And Gunther takes a seat at the table. Thomas following.
I've slept well enough for the night it was. Yourself?
Yeah, I slept good. I slept like a baby.
Good. That's good to hear. Bowin is in the kitchen cooking. He'll be joining us shortly with breakfast.
Okay, did the cook ask him to help?
No, Solwing asked him to ask the cook whether it was all right if Bowin could cook in the kitchen.
I did.
Ooh, that's highly inappropriate. And how are you, Solwing?
Is that inappropriate? I'm okay. I'm okay. But is that inappropriate? Why?
Yeah, you should never ask someone else to cook in their kitchen.
Why?
They often say if you can't
appropriate.
stand the heat, then stay out of the kitchen.
Yeah,
But what is a
Or you'll get
kitchen
burned.
for if not for cooking?
yeah,
Well,
but a man's kitchen or a woman's kitchen is his realm, so.
But
should
I will.
not enter one's realm.
So it is odd that I want to experience Bowin's cooking with an actually setted kitchen instead of just the traveling one.
that's not odd, but it's odd to go walk into somebody else's kitchen and ask whether it's okay. I mean, you can always ask, and in this case, he was fine with it. So I guess what me and Gunther are saying is irrelevant. But you wouldn't usually do that because the kitchen might be considered
So it
very
would,
personal to the cook itself.
so it would be
sometimes.
better not to ask next time.
Maybe.
Yeah. Also, it shows a sort of lack of trust in the cooking skills of the current cook, which is also might be considered a bit of an insult.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But as soon as they see his food, they will not, right?
I don't know. The food might be real bad, and they might like that, or they hate it because then bad food is being served out of their kitchen. Or the food is really good, and they might be jealous that they didn't cook as well or can't cook as well, and that they're sort of upstaging the actual cook. So both it can go wrong in so many ways, is what I'm saying.
Makes sense.
So in the kitchen, I'm looking at what the cook is doing. I say, I think you're doing it wrong. There's far too much salt you're putting in there.
He just glares at you.
Am I not allowed to say that you're doing it wrong? Because I think
I'll just do it
less
my
salt, a
way,
little
you
more-
do it your way. I'm offended by
Oh,
your
but,
presence even here. So
But my traveling companion said I could come and cook here, and that it was all okay. That's right?
yeah, just go about your business and leave, please.
Can we
Should I
hear the
leave?
conversation?
Should I
No,
go?
just finish what you were doing and then leave.
Okay, thank you very much. I hope I have not offended you. And I keep on cooking.
Well,
Shall
he
I make
seems
a
kind
cooking
of
check?
offended.
Well, I go and do my own thing again and just totally ignore him.
Yeah, do you want to roll check for it?
Yes, of course. That's a 20.
But natural or?
No, not a natural result of 20. I rolled a 15.
That's still, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You guys are in for a treat. Someone dropped.
Wow. I think I ordered the regular breakfast, so...
Erik is gone. Wait for a couple of seconds.
No, he's back. Okay.
But I ordered breakfast from the kitchen itself to... as to not insult the inn any further, but
to insult Bowin. Yeah, I understand. That's...
So I come out with a couple of dishes. I haven't really heard the thing what Oddleif did, so I come out with 5 dishes, which have scrambled eggs on them and herbs all over the place. Big chunks of good bread, which is done by the inn, of course, not by me. I baked some bacon, and well, it's very hearty. There's might be some beans in there, I don't know. And I just serve it to all of them. And as I'm doing it, I said, Solwing, we have to talk, but not right now, I think. Here's your breakfast.
We do. Thank you very much.
Here you go.
Thank you.
A plate for you.
I actually, thank you. Did you talk to the chef?
He was a very friendly man.
Was he cooking anything? Because I think I ordered something from the inn itself before you came down the stairs. So.
Okay. Yeah. Well, then you have 2 meals, I'm guessing. I hope you enjoyed them. Yeah, you could use some weight. Anyway, Thomas, your plate.
Yeah, Thomas is still standing next to the table. He's trying to sit down, but he just can't make himself sit down because everything is sore. So he just takes the plate and stands next to the table. Thanks, Bowin.
And here to Sir Gunther, if it's a sir indeed, of course. And,
Thank you very much, Bowin. Hey, I remembered your name correctly.
Yes, you did.
Did you sleep well, Bowin?
Yes, I did.
Bowin, can I have seconds?
I have nothing left, but maybe Oddleif is willing to share.
Yeah, I give you half my plate.
Thank you so very much. It's so delicious. Thank you.
I'm sitting down now doing a prayer. Thank you.
Okay.
So I pray to Aedon.
Okay.
Thank you so much for this breakfast. I know I made it myself, but it was your inspiration. I know for sure, because I saw this holy symbol appearing in the beans. And then I opened my eyes again.
Likewise.
Yeah, so it's actually a pretty good breakfast. It tastes better than what you got from the inn itself, Oddleif. But
well,
if you have to be honest,
I take one bite from that. Notice that it's not as good. Snap my fingers while pointing at the dish and change the flavor on it to match Bowin's dish. So actually, tastes fine.
Or it seems to taste fine.
Well, I mean, it changes
You're just
the taste.
playing a trick on yourself now, right? That's...
Yeah.
It's prestidigitation.
Yeah, so
actually
it's a
changes. It changes the taste.
Or so
it doesn't change. It just doesn't change the perception. My perception of the taste. So.
It's like magic ketchup.
It's still the same red food. Anyway.
Yeah. So you have a nice breakfast. Is there something you want to discuss, maybe?
Bowin looks at both Gunther and at Solwing, and he doesn't know who to confront first about what has happened and everything. But finally, he takes a dark glance at Sir Gunther and turns his head around to Solwing and says, Why did you tell me to talk to that man in the church? He didn't appreciate it at all.
Yeah, but that's what I wanted to talk to you about, because they don't appreciate anything there, I think. Only the guys like Farad and Danny are okay, but they are acolytes. And I talked to another priest who was higher up in the Order of Chain, and he was very, very rude to me.
So you didn't do it to embarrass me?
What? To embarrass you?
Yeah.
Of course not.
Okay, then it's okay.
I mean, I think that you should always speak your mind. I did too, and actually they didn't like it at all with me as well. They said that I maybe tried to murder one of their acolytes who attacked me.
About that,
I'm
please
sorry.
tell us your story first, Solwing, because I really want to know what happened at the church last night. Apparently, Solwing was attacked during the
In a
night
church?
as well.
You were also attacked?
Yeah, I was also
In a
attacked.
church?
In the church, yes.
Well, that doesn't seem like a surprise, but you were also attacked?
Well, it's a big surprise, Sir Gunther. Honesty, you know?
But
Honesty and virtue, yeah. But Solwing, tell on.
yeah, I had quite a good afternoon in the beginning of the evening, talking to the persons who invited me, and then I was brought to the chamber, just a small chamber to sleep, and somewhere in the middle of the night, this person entered and tried to stab me, and I woke up just in time to not get killed by it, and then I fought him, and he used this weird magic, a black and blue fire beam kind of power, but I was able to dodge that and subdue him. And after subduing him, I stabilized him to make sure that he didn't die, because I thought that was probably not wanted by my hosts. But then they sort of, well, not my roommate, but the higher priest sort of thought that I had anything to do with it, and that I maybe turned that person, because he was allegedly saying that he wanted my limbs, like my wings and my talons and my beak, and they've never seen their brother like this before, and they thought I was making things up there, so they used magic to check my words, but they kept on interviewing me as if I was a suspect, and that got me fed up, so I left. So I had this exact same experience, just telling the truth, and then them being very annoyed by it. Strange people.
I can't believe that happened inside the church by one of their own priests.
Yeah.
And the madness is very upsetting to me. Very strange.
I know you aren't lying, so it must have happened. But it's indeed unheard of. I can't imagine anyone wanting to interfere with the church like that. It's just not done.
I'm more surprised about the terrible hospitality. It's like somebody tries to kill you, and then they try to blame you. That's like unheard of.
Well, I mean, I can imagine, since you were the stranger inside the church, that you might be a suspect because of that. Even though
if I would have killed him, I would have agreed. But since I stabilized him, I was doing everything I could to preserve lives of their church, and then still they turned on me. Well,
sure,
not they,
sure.
because
But if they have known that guy for how many years, I can imagine that. I'm not defending their. Actually, I think I am, but I totally agree with you. It was very rude.
No,
I'm
but
just trying to give you their perspective.
I was trying to get that too. So I endured like 2 to 5 minutes of their interrogation in this magic, and then I just asked them to turn it off, because I think I've spoken the truth well enough, and then still they didn't trust me, and that was like too much for me.
Well, I can imagine, because you're an honest fellow. I know that's for sure.
Yeah,
Because you wouldn't lie to a man of the church, right? And I'm a man of the church.
That's why I told you to tell him the truth.
Yeah. So I understand that now.
Yeah.
Bowin,
So that was why I did that.
I
Also
think
logical.
I think I wanted to tell you this when we were walking down the market square the other day, but you have to realize that not everybody thinks about Aedon as you do, and there's a lot of people that could very well lie to somebody of the church. Lie to anybody for that.
Yeah, but I wouldn't know, I think. Because dishonest people, you can sense them, right? At least that was, I think so. Simply never met someone who was dishonest before.
Gunther is finishing his bowl and he says, "This is really nice, Bowin."
Let's hope it stays that way, Bowin.
Thank you, Gunther. If it had been from an honest man, I would have felt very honored.
I'm begging your pardon.
You're a dishonest man. Well, that's the first one I've met, Sir Gunther. He's a liar.
But why? What happened?
He lied to the guards yesterday about your involvement with the bandits in the room.
What? Sorry,
that was a little white lie.
No, it's not a white lie. It was a blatant lie.
Please,
I know a lie
stop.
when I see one.
Please stop.
Here, one.
What are you talking about?
And
He said he put the sword in instead of you who used your spear.
Yesterday I told the guards I finished the brigand off because I'm a knight, and the Knight of the Realm has certain influences and certain powers, and they might believe me.
Thank you
for the good of the group.
Thank you for that, Gunther. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I didn't want them because you looked very shocked after the battle, and I didn't want them to interrogate you, so I just told them I finished them off.
And I'm truly sorry you had to do that for me, but I appreciate it. Thank you.
Doesn't matter.
What? People, what are we talking about? We are saying that it's okay to lie here. It's not a white lie, it's a blatant lie.
Why does it matter?
For the guards, it won't matter who finished off the person on the ground.
But it does for Aedon.
For us, it would
Aedon knows.
Well, then Aedon knows. Then he already knows that I did it and not Gunther. Then that's fine. Then I'll be judged for that by Aedon.
Well, I'm not. It's not that you killed the person. I don't care about that. It's the dishonesty that he displayed.
Well, I think he was very valiant for taking my side and protecting me, and I think that's exactly what a knight would do.
I totally agree.
Well, this world is all getting all turned around. It might be this city or something, this Cabri. I mean, the church is all wrong. The priests are all wrong. Now, morality is all wrong. I don't understand any of this.
Morality is wrong. Maybe your view on morality is slightly off.
I have read the book. I know my view is right.
There's so many books. I can write you a book about a whole different sort of morality.
I have another question for you guys. Why were you attacked?
Why were we attacked?
Yeah, I think they were after this box, and Bowin and Sir Gunther just reveals the box. I got this box from a man in Nulte, and I have to bring this to an old friend of mine in what's the city name again? Brentwick. Yes, I always forget it. I have to bring this to a friend of mine in Brentwick, and I think they were after this box. I don't know what's in it because, I didn't want to peek in it. So
why don't you want to peek in it?
It's not my business.
Is it locked?
I look at the box. Is it locked?
Yeah, but you have the key.
Okay.
I would be very curious.
Yeah,
to know
it is locked, and I have the key, but no, I haven't looked in it yet.
I would be very curious.
I'm
to
curious
know what's
too.
in there, because they came after it. Like, they would know about it. They would know the contents, or have a suspicion of the contents of the box. If they were specifically after that box, are you sure?
Yeah, they were after that box, right, Thomas? And Thomas says, yeah, we were really after the box. They were trying their best to get it out of the building. So I believe the box might contain something that's of high value to these people.
But why not look into the box? It will make your life easier. If it's something that can be concealed in another way, then you can keep it somewhere else, and then if somebody steals the box, you don't lose your prize.
You shall be faithful. Which is to say that if you should not open the box, you shouldn't do it.
Well, a little peek.
Well,
Earth.
there's other ways. There's other ways to
Have
take
you
a
been
glance.
ordered to not to
There's-
open the box?
There's other ways to glance at the contents of the box without actually opening it. If I could hold it for just 10 minutes, I might be able to define something from that box.
That might be a very good idea. I wouldn't.
But is
open
that the
box.
intention? Is that the intention of what the task Sir Gunther has taken upon him? Well, is that the intention of that task? Because I don't think so.
What was the task?
The task was for me to deliver the box to my friend Alfred.
So nothing about not looking at the content.
Yeah, they appreciated it if I didn't look into the box. So
Appreciate it. So
Yeah. That's not. I kept
then it's
my end
okay.
of the bargain until now. But if you can feel what's in the box, that
Well, I could learn whether it has any magical properties.
Okay.
Whether there are any magical properties within that box.
Yeah. Sir Gunther hands over the box to Oddleif.
Okay. I set the box before me on the table and just take a book from somewhere in my pack. And open the book and start mumbling something while making some hand gestures and a circle and holding the box. And then after 10 minutes, I have cast Detect Magic on it.
Okay. Yeah. That's actually kind of strange, because as soon as you focus the Detect Magic on the box, you hear a familiar sound.
Okay.
Sounds... You know what I'm talking about, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
And
Yes. Yeah.
Intensifies ever so slightly the longer you watch it. You watch the box with the Detect Magic. You hear it thrumming inside your head. From what you can gather, it's there's some kind of divination magic going on there, and maybe some transmutation.
Okay, but it's in the. Is it the box or something
No,
in the
it's
box?
definitely what's inside the box.
Yeah, transmutation.
And it strangely
you said.
exhilarates you in some weird way.
Okay.
Now she's blushing.
After I take a deep breath and open my eyes again. Okay, the contents of this box are definitely magical. I think it might be wise to take a look at it to be certain of what it actually is. I say that without smiling.
But wait. Just for the record, is there any record here? I don't know. Anyway, we don't know if Sir Gunther is still an honest man. So we don't know if that's what he said about if he could take a look in the box, maybe, is the truth. So should we do it? Should we trust this man who has blatantly lied to us?
All in favor, say aye.
I'm super curious.
I trust. I trust. I
now
trust.
it's democratic. There are IDs to uphold, you know?
I trust Gunther. Yes.
Sir Gunther says, okay, I will keep to my promise and I will not look in the box. And I give my key to Thomas. Thomas walks over to Oddleif and he stands beside her and he sticks the key in the lock. He turns the key around and he opens the box just for him and Oddleif. And if Solwing is next to Oddleif, just for them three to watch. He looks at Bowin and nods. Do you want to look into it? Do you want to look inside?
Ooh.
I feel I now feel that you're tempting me with something that I don't really like. So, you know,
the lights on her, so.
I'm showing some weakness too here because I'm not feeling very gentle right now, which is something I have to be for Aedon. Normally, being temperate is my my biggest bane. But right now, it's being gentle to you because I think you're going all the wrong directions here. There's an idea of what is good and what is true and everything, and you're just messing with it. And I don't like it at all.
Okay. I think, Bowin, that this is a real conversation that we should have at some point. But right now...
we want to look inside the box.
Don't be so condescending.
I'm not condescending. I never made any promise. I feel perfectly fine looking into that box. I think I know where I lie on any scale of morality, and I don't need you to tell me that. And again, if this is all about Gunther taking a stance and telling the guard that it was him killing the thief instead of me, I think he did a very good job in protecting me, protecting this group, and helping the guards solve this case faster.
Thank you.
So he did a good thing.
Oddleif.
And I don't
even though it doesn't match your idea of good.
Okay, people, I'm going to reflect on this, but I don't want to do it with you guys and girls. Sorry, I'm going to my room.
Okay, I'm sorry, Bowin. And I look in the box.
Yeah,
what's in the box?
Yeah, you really want to know? Yeah.
I'm going to my room.
What's in the box?
Start right.
The box.
Okay, so if you would mute yourself, no. Well, you open the box, and it's inside. There's this purple padding. It's really thick cloth on both the top side and the bottom. And inside lies a small, well, about this big, like 20 centimeters big. Shard of glass. It looks sharp. It's like pointy at one end and a bit cut, but it looks like a broken piece of glass.
Okay.
Okay. Do I recognize the type of glass?
No, it's glass.
Have
looks
I
like
heard
glass. It's transparent and all. Well, that's.
In all my time reading, have I come across any sort of glass that has magical properties or anything?
Yeah, you might have heard about crystal balls and that kind of stuff, but
I mean,
lenses
okay. I'm asking to see if I can make any Arcana or History check to see.
You can always try.
Yes. So that's what I want to do. So. Since I know it's magical, and since I'm going to yeah, so I will make a history check then to see if I saw anything, if I've come across anything in my time reading. Ooh. That's a 23.
Wow, that's
yeah.
actually pretty good.
Yeah, that's a 19.
Yeah, so you've heard about, read about magical glass in the shape of lenses, or like I said, a crystal ball, magical mirrors, and that kind of stuff. This particular piece doesn't ring a bell, but usually glass in magic is used to see stuff.
Which would match up with what I divined from my
Exactly.
detect magic.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So we know this. So I turn towards Thomas and Gunther mostly.
Mhm.
So we know this has magical properties. I don't know what kind of glass it is. I know from my studies that glass is usually used to see things. Also, when I tried to divine the nature of the magic, I got a strong sense of divination magic, which is exactly the purpose of, or is often used to look into things or scry or that sort of thing.
Okay.
So, other than that, I don't know. But what I do know about it is that it might be smart to keep the lid closed.
So Gunther is sitting opposite to them because he didn't look in the box as he promised. Does the glass, or the shard of glass, the mention of the shard of glass, spark anything in him, in his memory?
Gunther's memory, yeah. No.
But is
Did we already have breakfast?
Oddleif, you say you recommend to close the lid, but is it not smarter to take it out if it's the box people are after?
Well, that's a smart thing. You could use the box as a decoy, I guess. That's actually pretty smart. But I would keep the glass covered if it's indeed used to look in on something or build a connection between this point and some other point. Or I don't exactly know how it works. It's not really my strong suit. It's just what I've read about it. But yeah, it could be used to look in on us, maybe.
Does the box looks like it has any magical properties, like magical binding or?
No, the box itself doesn't have any magical properties.
Okay. Yeah, we could take the contents out of the box and wrap it in leather, in a cloth.
Be careful with touching it. The other sense I got from it was a strong sense of what they call transmutation magic, which is the art of turning one thing into another thing, which I absolutely have no idea. I know nothing about. So
yeah, you say strong sense, but what's actually very faint.
Oh, faint sense of, okay, yeah, okay. Faint sense of, I got a faint sense of transmutation.
Thomas,
which could mean anything.
Yeah, Thomas, he has his bag already downstairs. He looks inside his bag and see if there's any cloth that he can pick up the magic shard of the glass shard with.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So he picks up a piece of cloth and he wraps it around his hand and he picks up the shard of glass. Does it do anything?
No. Do you look through it?
No. I don't look through it. He wraps the glass shard into the cloth and then puts it in his bag. Does the glass feel fragile, like it's gonna break?
I would recommend to put it.
It feels
in,
like a normal piece of glass, but not. It's about half a centimeter thick, so it's not that strong. But it survived the fall from a window inside a padded box, and yeah, it didn't break any further.
Okay.
I would have room in my bag for it if you would want to keep it separated. I can keep it safe and secured for the time being.
Thomas says they suspect it will be on our person, and I don't want to put you in danger, so I'll just take it.
But
in
if
my
they
bag.
expect it to be on your person, then
Yeah.
they wouldn't think about looking at me.
Yeah, that might be true. Sir Gunther, what do you think? I think the lady is right. We should give it to her, and well, as long as she gives it back, of course. But I trust you.
I will give it back.
But
And
unlike some people in our party, I trust you.
If you
Wait, was there any?
Yeah, some people have trust issues right now.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah. That's
maybe if you put it into a scabbard of a sword, it will be less likely to break. Or knife.
well, I was actually I have a small besides a component pouch and some other map cases and stuff. I have a pouch with a knife in it, which has sort of those. So I'm using that to put it in, and then I put it away where you guys don't see it anymore.
Okay.
So I've hidden it on my person.
Good solution. Why is Bowin so upset?
Well, don't you? That's a difficult one, but it seems that he has been living most of his life in this monastery, and he has never seen much of the real world, I guess. Gunther or Thomas, any ideas on that?
Thomas speaks up.
I
this
don't want
time.
to assume.
He says the world is full of grey, and yeah, I don't think Bowin is ready for that. In my experience, there are a lot of grey areas in this world. Not everything is black and white. And this worldview is just that of a small child, I think.
That's not very nice to say.
No, it's not an insult.
But
it's just he has lived in blissful ignorance, I think.
But if I can use that as a good example for you, Solwing, that's exactly what's going on here. So what Gunther said might not be nice, but it is the truth. So in saying it, he's telling the truth, which would be good in Bowin's eyes. On the other hand, he's also sort of maybe insulting him, which is bad, which is why Gunther wouldn't do that.
But it is not true. You say he's speaking truth, but he's saying that he's like a small child, but he's not being...
In the way he perceives
so not true.
It was
That's a good...
Actually, Thomas had said it.
But Thomas, sorry.
That's a good point, but we don't know. I think Thomas was mostly referring to the way Bowin perceives the world, which could very well be similar to a child. But we don't know. I don't want to assume. It's also maybe... this goes beside the point. I was just going to use it as an example of sometimes not telling the truth or not telling the entire truth is actually a good thing. But we weren't going to do that discussion right now. Bowin got tired of it and walked upstairs.
Excuse me. Sorry for interrupting, the barkeep says.
Yeah.
But, did you want room for another night?
Oh, that's a good question. We should really be on our way to Brentwick, but we do have some things that we want to do here in town. And so it will depend on how long that'll take. First off...
because otherwise your friend has to leave the room.
Ah, okay. Checkout is already passed then. Was it before 11?
10, but sure.
10, yeah, standard. I will go upstairs and tell him, ask him whether there was anything else that he wanted to do. I think we should definitely go to some authority to mention Solwing, because you mentioned earlier that you actually saw a fort where these bandits were holed up, and we should definitely mention that to the authorities. If you could still if you still know where that was remotely. The location of the fort.
My parchments, and I said, "Yeah, I just drew it right this morning."
Okay, this is none of my business. And
excellent. I will go upstairs and then ask whether we will be needing the rooms for it. We will briefly discuss and come back to you.
Okay, let me know. Because we need to clean the bed sheets and stuff.
So we need to go to authorities. I wanted to visit my friend real quick, if that's a possibility. Then I don't know if we want to follow up on that guy that attacked you, Solwing. Like, do we want to ask him anything? Does Bowin want to ask him anything? Or is it another...
But in my opinion, I don't need to go back to that church.
Okay.
And they have him in custody, and it's one of their own, so let them deal with it.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Then I'll go up and go up the stairs and search for Bowin. Look for Bowin in our room.
You're muted.
Your mic is...
So when you find me, I'm writing in my diary, and when you come in and I look up at you, bit of a blank expression on my face. When I finally see who you are, I say, I think I figured it out.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like the big handkerchief, right?
The big handkerchief.
Yeah, one of your short novels.
Yeah.
So in the big handkerchief, you know, the guy who makes things disappear, and they can't stop laughing about it, and then he makes a bigger and bigger handkerchief until he's so fed up with everyone, he makes people disappear.
Yeah.
You know, when morality shifts, that's what's happening here. He now has a small handkerchief, but when he goes on this path of mistrust, he will have a big handkerchief in the end.
Okay. Can I offer another view to you?
You can, but you wrote it yourself, so it must be the truth you know.
Oh, that's not true. I wrote that book to study the shift in morality that can occur over time. But that was not actually the motivation of why he made those people disappear. You see, in the end, he just wanted to be seen. Trying to perform for these people, and they didn't see him. And by making them invisible, I'm sort of using that as making him more visible. You see, it's a sort of contradictory. Yeah.
Well, I thought it was a silly title anyway, and I start packing my stuff and.
I'm still sorry to hear that. But I'll think.
Are we
about,
leaving?
I'll think about it a bit more and see if I can offer you anything else that might help you think about these events that occurred in different light. Because truly, I don't believe that Gunther is a bad person. I don't think he's even remotely evil. I think he's a very good person. I hope you will be able to see that too sometime, someday. But that was not exactly why I came up. The barkeep asked us whether we would be needing the room for another night. If not, we have to go now.
Well, let's go now, because I'm fed up with this city.
Fair enough. We will just be making one stop at the authorities then. Solwing actually drew a map of where the fort with the bandits was. So that might
speaking of authorities, meanwhile downstairs, a small group of guardsmen enters, head by one of the guards you spoke to yesterday, and followed by apparently a higher up. You recognize by his insignias that he's at least a captain or higher. And he looks around the common room, and when he spots Gunther, he immediately heads towards him and says, Sir Gunther, I'm glad I still caught you here.
Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Captain Asayesh, and I wanted to talk about last night with you, or at least report our findings.
Okay, that's not a problem. Go ahead, Captain.
Yeah, so we looked into it, and apparently these individuals that attacked you last night are known criminals, but they're for hire. They're mercenaries of ill repute.
Criminals for hire. Okay.
Yeah, that's also a business.
I thought they were common bandits.
Yeah, you might describe them that way, but these are common bandits who can be hired to do criminal stuff like stealing, murdering, that kind of stuff.
Do you have any idea who hired them?
No, they had nothing on them that would indicate anyone. But I just wanted to warn you that it might not be these specific criminals that were after you. Someone else was paying them to come after you.
Yeah, I understand. Oh, that's mighty troubling. Thank you for your service, Captain.
Also, there was this Templar from the church that wanted to speak to one of your companions. And I pointed her this way. Is that alright?
I look at Solwing. Is that alright, Solwing?
Did I meet this person? I asked the guard, really, like...
I don't know. How should I know?
Why would you talk to me?
Well, she's a Templar, and they have some authority within the church, and she's doing a criminal investigation, much like myself, only internal. She didn't divulge any extra information. I just said you and your company were here.
So why is she not here?
I don't know. Maybe she's taking her time.
So, but you asked me if I wanted to go to her.
No, I didn't. First of all, I was talking to Sir Gunther here, and I told him that I sent her this way.
But you have no idea when she will arrive?
No. She's a Templar, I'm not.
Okay, I don't know what a Templar is, so it sounds pretty heavy, but if we need to go, we need to go.
Yeah,
so
it
I
kinda
hope
is. There
Yeah.
are these high and mighty, but they're... Never mind, I won't speak my mind about this matter. Anyway, Sir Gunther, we apologize for what happened to you in our city. And we hope that the Crown's Hand will forgive us.
It will. Yeah. This stuff happens. I apologize I brought this on you guys, because if someone hired them to kill me, or take something from me, or rob me, yeah, I caused you a lot of trouble also. So you did a good job, and you must be proud of yourself, Captain.
Thank you. And good luck on your travels.
May the Queen look over you.
Thank you.
And may the sun shine upon you.
Yeah, and then they leave. No further repercussions, no further investigation into anything that happened last night. They just let you go.
And that's why we lie.
And then...
And I think that's sort of the moment that I come down the stairs.
Yeah, and I asked...
Yeah.
I asked
You see them leave still, the guard.
Ah, okay.
Is
Oh.
it appropriate to wait on this Templar, or are we just
we might want to hear what they have to say, Solwing.
So I come down the stairs and see the guards leave. I say, they came in here already. Were they here for us?
Yeah, they were here for us. They found out that the bandits were actually hired criminals.
Do we know their names or who hired them?
No, that's the thing. They don't know who hired them.
And did you mention the bandits that we met on the road and where they were hauling up? That would have saved us a trip to the authorities.
No, I
No,
actually
because
forgot to mention that.
Yeah, and they changed the subject. There's this Templar person coming to the inn concerning
There's a
the
Templar.
happenings in the temple last night.
Okay. Do I know any specifics about the Templar and how they?
Well, the
How they-
Templar are, kind of like the church's military.
Yeah.
They're a knightly
But-
order, but they're not affiliated with Queen, but instead affiliated with Aedon.
So they do not necessarily uphold the laws of the Queen, but they uphold the tenets of Aedon.
Exactly. Yeah. Higher laws,
And-
as they would put it themselves.
Yes, and how do the regular guards or regular soldiers treat Templars? As
It varies. They hold the same renown as the knightly orders do, and they're especially the faithful revere them very much. Most of them have been blessed by Aedon himself and have magical powers. You can decide for yourself what you think of them, but they usually are just and lawful and forced to be reckoned with.
Yeah. No, I'm just thinking about in terms of if they are as strict as Bowin is with upholding the tenets, then they might be okay.
Maybe even more.
Okay, maybe even more. Good to know. Good to know. Okay,
The knightly
Templar,
orders.
Templar person.
Yeah, the knightly orders are usually on an iffy foot with the holy orders. So.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
I say, wait, what? A Templar? As I come down the stairs, dragging my... well, I'm not dragging my case behind me. There's an unseen servant dragging my case behind me.
Sure,
I'm free hands. Yeah. That's a sight to behold. I've seen a couple of them. They're very nice people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's okay to wait for them.
So we still need to make a report on the on with the authorities on the map. We would need Solwing for that, and I actually wanted to visit a friend of mine. So maybe while you, Solwing, wait for the Templar, I could head out and go to this friend of mine.
That seems like a good idea.
Anyone cares to join me?
Sir Gunther offers to stay with Solwing if he needs support. Thomas says, "Yeah, I want to go with you. Why not?"
All right.
I'm staying with Solwing and Gunther as well, although I feel quite uncomfortable.
Oh.
Yeah.
Here he is again.
All right. Well, good luck with the Templar. Just give them any information that you can. Try to learn as much as you can, because I'm really curious what happened to this guy. If they have any idea or know anything about that. And
Do you have an address for the friend? Because if they're going to treat me the same way as they did last night, then I don't think that I want to stay for very long.
yes, I do have an address for that friend. Just ask around for 1 second, checking my notes. Kunus Gariba, which is a small shop near the market square. Or no, it's not near the market square. It's on the map. I think our illustrious leader put it on the map. So
Yeah, it's not.
Sir Gunther says, "Yes, I know that shop. I can lead the way."
good. Yeah, we'll see you in a couple of hours then. And with that, me and Thomas leave. I guess. Sorry. I'm
right.
leaving.
Yeah, it seems like a good point for a break as well. So let's split the party, and we'll be back in 5 minutes now. And there we are again.
Yo.
Hello.
Welcome back. We hope you enjoyed the music, and a big shout out to Stone Golem for providing us with their awesome tunes. So thanks guys for letting us use your music. Let's dive back into the action. So you and of Oddleif and Thomas are going to your friend that runs the shop, right? And Bowin, Solwing, and Gunther are staying behind to meet with the Templar.
Also,
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
What do you want to do first?
I don't have any particular plans. But oh wow, hello cat.
Cat discreet.
Anyway, yeah. No, yeah, we can go to the shop first. Let's
Okay.
do that.
That's what's fine.
Well, Capri is fully awake. The bazaar is running loudly. As soon as you exit in, you walk straight into the bazaar. You need to go south a bit, follow a street, take a turn to your right, if I'm not mistaken, and there is the shop.
Yeah. All right. It was a long time ago I've been here, and I saw Seifa maybe 3 years ago, and I wasn't very polite to her then, I think. So let's see how this goes. I just want to apologize and see how she's doing. So I tell that to Thomas before we go in.
Okay, and she was a good friend of yours. Thomas is looking all around him and is on high alert after yesterday. So
yeah,
he talks to you, but he's also he's also watching everything.
Well, to answer the question, she was a bit older than me. She's just a friend of the family. She had visited our island before because she's a trader and she has her own shop. With Curiosities, and that's something that my family specializes in. So that's why she visited our island, and then she became friends with my brother and me, and that's how I know her. And with that, I entered the shop.
Yeah, it's a small shop, and quite a busy street actually. There's a sign outside that has the name of the shop on it, and this small like seashell printed after the name. It's Kunus Gariba, was it?
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm mistaken. Okay.
Yeah, Kunus Gariba.
Yeah. When you enter the shop, it's not that big on the inside, but mostly because it's filled to the brim with tables and display cases with all kinds of stuff, mostly themed after the sea. So there's these beautiful corals and shells and other stuff you might find on the bottom of the ocean. And there's a counter opposite to the entrance, and there's a woman behind the counter who looks up when you enter, and when she sees you, she immediately recognizes you, and she says, Oddleif?
Seifa? How nice to see you again. And I walk up to her to give her a nice hug, if she will accept
she
that.
moves from behind the counter and greets you with a hug. Oh, likewise. It's been a while. What brings you to Cabri?
It's so good to see you. I'm actually just passing through on my way to Brentwick, and I just couldn't pass by without saying hello, at least. And I feel I need to apologize for the last time you saw me back on Ravenwing Island. I haven't been a good friend in that time, and I'm very sorry for that.
Well, your mother said you were going through some stuff. So, but it's all in the past, so that's okay.
I'm doing better now. So still going. So yeah. Thank you for your understanding. How have you been?
Yeah, I'm
shop
fine.
looks great.
Who's your friend, by the way?
I'm standing by.
so sorry.
Hello.
I'm so sorry. Meet Squire Thomas.
Squire. Okay.
Hi, I'm Thomas, and he holds out his hand. And...
She takes and shakes it. And I'm Sefa. I run this humble shop.
You have a beautiful store. Are all these things from the sea?
Yeah, most of them are. They come from the Nero.
Oh wow, I've never been to the sea. Do you mind if I take a look around?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and Thomas just browses all the stuff. So.
Oddleif, can I offer you something to drink? Maybe tea? Or
Yes, please.
I have some in the back.
Yeah, I would like some tea, please. You, Thomas?
No, I'm fine. I have my canteen of water.
Okay.
But she
Can I make an inside check? Is there really water in that canteen? No, I'm just kidding.
She walks behind the counter, goes through a door, and comes back with a tray with a small teapot and 2 cups. She sets it on the counter, she fills it, and she hands you 1 cup and takes one herself. So, how's your father doing?
Oh, yeah, my father has been, like he has always been, handling the affairs on the island. He's been good. He's been away meeting with the Nero, actually also on some of their other islands. But I haven't paid much attention to the dealings of my family the past couple of years. So, and my mother and brother are momentarily on at court, so I haven't seen them for a year now.
Oh, and you're heading to Alderaan now as well.
No, I'm at this point in time. I'm traveling to Brentwick, and
Brentwick,
I'll see just for some studies that I'm doing.
Need to go to Brentwick.
Yeah, there's a big library there that I want to visit to get some information. I'm doing a character study at the moment that might turn into something new that I'm writing.
Okay.
So, yeah,
that's very nice.
And how are things here? How's the shop doing?
Yeah, pretty well. It's I sell some rare merchandise for not too much gold, so I'm doing pretty well by myself. I mean, there's a lot of travelers that come to Capri, and especially people from the west buy a lot of my stuff. So I'm doing well.
That's very nice. And are there any? We on our way here from Perrot to Capri, we actually ran into bunch of trouble with some local bandits. Have you heard anything about that?
Oh yeah, that Scarlet Blade bunch. Yeah, they're harassing some caravans along the main road and the smaller roads even as well. But yeah, people seem to know about it, and they tend to travel in larger caravans or with protective detail. Yeah.
We might have to consider that as well. Do you know if it happens on the way to Brentwick as well, or is it specifically the...
Well, it seems to be focused more in this region, more to the north and the west from here.
Okay, yeah. I'll take that.
But I don't know, maybe on the road to Brester you might encounter some troubles, but I haven't heard much from that. Brester's a bit better protected than we are here at Capri, of course.
One of our traveling companions actually caught sight of their base of operations. They're a fort of some kind, a little ways off the road from Perrot to Capri here. So
there's a bunch of forts that aren't
there's
being
a bunch
used.
Of forts?
No, there's a bunch of forts that aren't being used anymore since I think the last Cold War. And yeah,
I find it
Might
very
seem
odd
logical.
that they have such a big presence here.
Yeah, well, Capri doesn't fall under the Queen's protection. You know, we handle
Well,
our own
I didn't
business
want to
here.
say it. I didn't want to say it, but that's exactly what I.
Yeah, so her
Yeah.
knights don't really care about what's going on here. I
And,
mean, they protect the road to Brester a lot better than they protect the road towards Meda.
And the protectors of Capri, then the authorities here.
Yeah, they're
Too few?
yeah. There are some good ones among them, but there are also some bad apples.
Okay, that's good to know. That's good.
I think some of them are being paid to look the other way.
That's upsetting.
Yeah, it happens.
But not unheard of. It happens, I guess. But for the very strange that that the Scarlet Blade has such a foothold here in the countryside.
Well, there are wanted posters everywhere, and if you can capture one of them, you can hand them over to the authorities and gain some coin from it. But
Yeah.
that's just, I think, laziness on their part, trying to have other people do their jobs for them.
Different topic. I know that the Nero also have items that they sometimes would sell to us of magical properties. Do you have any experience with that?
What do you mean? I have some
Items-
magical
Items with magical properties.
Yeah, some minor like
Okay.
the lights that glow
Do you have
when they
experience
are
in
submerged
handling-
in water.
Sorry?
Like lights that glow when you submerge them underwater
Submerged
and stuff
underwater.
like that.
Yeah. I've seen those before, yeah. And the ones that keep you warm as well. Those are nice. The rocks that but no, I was actually wondering, do you have any hands-on experience yourself with handling magic items?
Whoa, no.
No, okay.
Why do you ask?
Well, no, I just need some thoughts on a thing that I'm working on. It's no big deal. It's no problem. I was just wondering, like, if you had any hands-on experience with identifying or handling any magical items that would have been very convenient.
Well, there's an
this
alchemist
time.
further down the road. You could ask him.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you very much.
All right.
And I turn towards Thomas with a.
Thomas is standing with a seashell next to his ear. Is this magical? I can hear the sea. What is this?
That's actually very fragile. Can you be careful, please?
Oh, I'm sorry. And he puts the seashell back to the shelf.
So, Thomas, am I assuming correctly that you've never been to the seaside? You've never seen the sea?
No, I've never seen the sea. The biggest thing I've ever seen is a lake, and that's it.
Ah, wow. Well,
I've
If
heard
you
of
have-
the sea, though.
well, I was brought up on a small island in the middle of the sea, so I've seen a lot of sea in my time. If you ever, it's very nice. If you ever in the neighborhood, then please visit us.
Well, Brentlick lies at the sea as well. So if that's where you're heading.
Yeah,
Okay. Oh, wow. Then I
I've-
will see the sea.
I would have also said that if I had realized how close it was to the sea.
Well, Brentlick was actually known for its large harbor, but it fell into disregard the last couple of decades as I think it was Tanning took over that function and dealing with the elves in the Far East. Northeast.
Okay. So I don't think I have any other specifics except just catching
Yeah, some
two
small
friends
talk.
catching
right?
up.
They
Yeah,
talk about
catching
your
up, small
family,
talk.
about your mother, your sister.
Yeah. So other than that, I don't have any specifics.
And you, Thomas, want to buy anything?
No, I'm just browsing. And like a regular Dutch guy, he just browses everything and touches everything but doesn't buy anything.
All right. Okay.
Kijken, niet kopen.
Exactly. Then we head back to Solwing, Bowin, and Sir Gunther.
Yes.
Well, you wait a little while in the inn still, but it's like 20 minutes later when the door opens again, and two people enter. They're quite a sight to behold. One's a human and the other one's a dwarf. The human is clearly the higher ranked of the two, but the dwarf doesn't look that much less of it. They're both wearing a full plate armor, painted entirely white, and there's these gold linings that around the platings, around the plates. The human, a woman with long black hair, tied neatly on her back, is holding a shield, which portrays a symbol of Aedon at the front as a crest. And she's wearing a tabard as well, with the symbol of Aedon on her chest, and these two golden lines that go down beside it. At her side, there's a hammer with a small handle, also decorated, and the symbol of Aedon on its side. The dwarf is decked out pretty much the same, except that he has a spear on his back and doesn't wear a shield. The dwarf is short, but broad. He has this big bushy red beard and red hair, neatly tied back, and they look very clean, far cleaner than any other patron in this inn, and they draw a lot of eyes immediately. Some of them look at them with disdain, but as soon as they meet the gaze of the female Templar, they look away, and they actually look a bit down and in a way so they won't notice them too much. She scans around, and when she sees Solwing, she immediately marches forward and stands before you. She towers a bit because you're sitting, but she has also this proud stance, and she looks at you and asks,
I am Brother Aedon of the Church of Aedon. I'm Brother Bowin from the Church of Aedon. I come from Greenhold Cloister. Nice to meet you, fellow believer.
Good afternoon, Templar.
Good afternoon. Might you be Solwing?
Yes.
Good. And greetings to you, brother. Blessings of Aedon onto you.
Blessings as well.
And greetings. A Knight of the White Rose.
Greetings to you.
The Crown's Hand.
Just nuts. That's right. That's correct. He meets her gaze head on, so he looks in her eyes and tries not to flinch.
Yeah, she meets your gaze, and there's no flinching there either. And then she turns back to Solwing. So, you're traveling in high company, it seems. But I wanted to talk to you about what happened last night at the Church of Aedon. As I understand it, you were sleeping there in one of the acolytes' chambers when you were attacked by one of the brothers.
Yes.
I would like to hear your story. She doesn't sit down at all. She just keeps her standing. And the dwarf stands silently beside her. Oh, my apologies. I forgot to introduce myself. I am Knight Captain Celia Bryn. And this is my friend Knight Cormar. And we are both of Knight Templar of Aedon.
Please have a seat.
No, that's fine. Thank you. But
Okay.
if you would regale your story of last night, I would appreciate that.
Yeah, so after having some meats and dinner with Farad and Danny, I asked them if I could make use of their cabin, and they showed me to the place, and I put my bedroll down, and I went to sleep. And then I woke up just in time to avoid a knife in my throat or chest. And
Yeah, you can just say that you tell the whole story truthfully. We've already gone over this evening, so...
Yeah. But I'm trying to. Okay, I tell the whole story, but I take my time for every little detail to show them that it was not wise to not have a seat.
Do not have?
To not have a seat because it's a long story.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they don't care, actually. No, they're just standing there stoic and listening to your story, nodding along and taking it in. After you finished, he says, right, well, my...
Where do they say it? Where do they say it? Because I do complain about the priest and his truth magic.
Yeah, they... okay, they take that in and they nod, and they don't especially agree with you, but they seem to understand your frustration with that.
That eases me a little bit, and then I become more relaxed in my talks.
Yeah, so we'll have a word with the priest. But for now, that's not why we are here. We've been asked to investigate this situation, and we talked to Brother David a bit, and he seemed really out of it and driven completely insane in his obsession with you. And a couple of hours after we talked to him, it seemed that he had escaped. He actually killed one of the other brothers and made his way out of the temple. So I'm not only here to question you, but also to warn you that he might still be after you.
But not to protect me.
Well, if he attacks you here now, I will protect you.
But if he's yeah, if he's really that focused on me, then he will probably come after me, right?
He might, but we are trying to find him first. There's not many places a man like him can hide, especially since he left in the purple still. So she's talking about his clothes. So it's the purple monk robes that Bowin also wears.
Interesting. But I could take him down once, so I will probably be able to do it again if I meet him.
Yes. Do you have any idea why he attacked you?
Like I told your other brother, I don't.
Because he seems obsessed with you. Like he wants your blood and your bones. As if it has magical properties that would aid him.
Well, it does not, and I have absolutely no idea. I mean, I've met some crazy humans who are sort of fascinated by Averin, but one that actually wanted to take all my limbs is a first for me too.
Well, it's not unheard of that magical creatures can produce magical potions. If you take a unicorn's horn or something like that, you can make some powerful drinks with that, but that's not the same for your species, is it?
As far as I know, it's the same as with your species.
Right, yeah. I apologize because I don't know a lot about Averin.
Oh, no apology
But there's no
necessary.
truth to his words, it seems. Because he seems to be... he keeps saying that someone promised him that he would get it. And he seems very greedy. And that's something we of the church do not approve of. Greed.
Sorry. Something in my throat.
Well, he should be generous.
Well,
But
from what I hear,
the city seems to do something to good people.
I think it's the city.
Well, it's maybe the populace, I don't know, but you've had some dark encounters in the recent 2 days.
Will you care to elaborate on that, brother?
Well, we got waylaid twice on the road by the Scarlet Blade, I think they are called. And we were burgled while he was attacked in the church. So we had our fill with evil intent for the past days. And I, for myself, as a brother of Aedon, am starting to have some troubles in believing the people around me at face value, which is totally new to me because I know that no one would harm the church with intent, but maybe I have to revise that opinion. This might come as a shocker to you, I know, but that is what I have experienced.
Came from Greenold, you said, right?
Yeah, Greenold
You
Cloister.
lived there all your life.
Yes.
Well, you have to realize that this is that's an isolated environment where all live under the great eye of Aedon. But
we have seen darkness there, but never in such a way within the people themselves.
Here, this is a city of trades. Almost every word that is spoken by these traders are lies in order to gather more coin. You're right to distrust this city. It's not a city that Aedon would approve of. That's why our presence here is all the more important. And when one of our own turns to greed, we take that very seriously.
I could imagine. Maybe it's time to paint over the symbols in the church. You know,
Maybe
leave the old faith behind.
You talked to Bowin.
Sorry, what?
Maybe it was the brother that you talked to in the church. Maybe he was the one inciting them because he was also greedy. He wanted money and stuff.
To recollect.
Which brother was this?
It was the one that we talked to. He said that donations are always welcome and that we should spend gold on the church. It sounded pretty greedy.
Oh, but that's normal.
Oh, you're thinking about donations. That's okay.
Yeah, that's
okay.
not greed. That's
no, that's not greed. That's not greed at all. But I understand the misgivings.
That's not money or gold that they want to keep for themselves, but use in service to Aedon to better the church and to spread the word of Aedon more effectively.
And more important, because I think you left that out, the people.
Exactly, the people.
And
because
decorate
we
your armor
want to help the
with
people
gold.
here and their misguided ways.
It's not really working so well.
Well, I'm not from around here. I was traveling myself, but they asked me to preside over this matter, and I will. And if we catch the brother in question, then we will see that he will meet justice in the eyes of Aedon.
Thank you. That is very well appreciated.
Well, if you have any dealings with him, we would appreciate it as well if you would report it to the church or to me directly.
Yeah, of course. I think that if we are together, then we can try to take him in alive. And I look at Sir Gunther and Bowin for recognition in that sense.
We can take him. Not a problem.
No worries.
Of course. Crown's Hand can deal with this, right?
Sure we can. We don't even need gold armor for that.
Your armor could look better, though.
Yeah, that's how armor looks when you actually see some combat.
Maybe if you start
You think I've
stopping
never
wearing
seen combat?
I don't think your armor has seen combat.
Oh, it has. A lot.
If you both would stop wearing armor, maybe you could fly.
No, we can't, Solwing.
And we're starting to speak nonsense. Please be gentle to each other.
Oh, I'm very
I
gentle to the
apologize.
church.
In any
You're
case,
bad.
Solwing, let me apologize again for the way you were treated and the fact that this happened inside of Aedon's church, under Aedon's watchful eye. But you seem to have handled yourself well. But still, we take responsibility for this, and we will see the matter to an end.
That is much appreciated, Ninth Captain Syria, right?
Knight Captain.
Sigia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Celia, yeah.
Yeah, that bodes well.
Right. May I ask where you're headed?
We are heading to Brentwick.
Brentwick. So you're heading to Brestern next, probably.
Probably, yes.
Okay, I'll send word to the Templar there and warn them of your coming. But if the brother follows you that way and slips through our grasp, then they might be able to help you deal with him. For now, I appreciate your well-spoken words, Solwing, and yours, Bowin. And
Thank you.
Brother Bowin. And I bid you all a good day, and may Aedon's eye watch over you all. Even
And
you.
may the
Aedon's eye
sun,
watch over you.
may the sun shine a light upon you.
And the dwarf even says, may Aedon watch over you. A bit grumpy.
May the queen protect you.
It's the first thing he said, actually, but okay. And they leave again.
Do you see the might and still see the beauty? It's so divine. Well, it's not really divine because that would interfere with Aedon's will, I think, but it's near divine, you know. They're so honest, so well versed, and they really want to help you, you know. This was a good encounter.
They
Couldn't
seem
sit
knighted
down.
priests.
Yeah. They couldn't sit down because they have sticks up their arses.
I go and stand outside with my chest,
Then I
leaving
think
the table without saying another word.
You did well, Solwing. You did well.
Shall we follow him? Because we can finally go now, right?
Let him vent for a couple of seconds. We have enough time. I know exactly where the shop is, so we'll be there in no time.
Oh, that's good to hear. Then we'll take some more time. Yes. Let's have another drink.
So we wait until Bowin cools a bit off, and then we will leave. We give him 5 minutes, and then we will leave the tavern.
Right.
In.
Okay, and you go in search of the shop?
Yeah, I take my horse. Normally, Thomas does this for me, so it takes a bit of... I'm a bit out of practice to get on my horse by myself. And then
if you allow me, I will help you.
Oh, that's...
I'm not saying that in character, but Bowin does those things, you know, because he's a faithful man.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Right, that's a nice gesture.
Yeah. Thank you, Bowin.
It's duty, nothing more.
Bridges being mended.
Okay, so you stand in front of the inn, and Gunther wants to take a ride immediately, but you remember that Oddleif actually said that it was in the south, and he's heading north now.
To the shop!
So, do you want to say something about that, Bowin or Solwing?
I say, Sir Gunter, it's the other way.
Yes, I was meant to go that way. I just take a detour, and yeah, he goes left, and another left, and then he goes in the direction that Bowin points him to.
Yeah, so with Bowin's help from Oddleif's description, you find the shop pretty easily. And I think Oddleif's still there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what Thomas wanted to do, but I'm just there chatting, drinking tea, and enjoying some time with friends.
Yeah. Thomas is looking through the shop and sees if there's anything of interest for him.
Define interest. Define interest.
Is it just seashells, or is there any equipment that he might use?
Well, there's some. There's a nice dagger somewhere that's seems to be decorated with some corals.
Okay.
On the handle
that's very
and the pommel. But it's not that interesting for you. But most of it is trinkets and curiosities.
Yeah.
I can tell you that they make a lot of decorative armor and weapons, usually because coral is very brittle in itself, so it lends itself for very nice decoration, but not as much for actual proper. But there are exceptions, though. There are weapons made by them that actually do.
But those strong, you won't find those here.
Super rare. Yeah.
Well, not for them. But here on the surface, it's very rare.
But yeah,
Thomas does want to buy a seashell just to hear the sea once in a while. So.
Okay, yeah. So you pay a couple of silver, so that's fine. Do you have any? Do you keep track of your equipment and money, or have you thrown that overboard already? As usually happens in campaigns.
So I walked out there, but I think nobody ever paid. Did we pay the innkeeper in advance?
Yeah, you did.
Let's
not make a big
but I haven't paid.
That,
but yeah, and I'll subtract some silvers.
That's fine. That's fine. We need to make a shared document about that sometime.
I thought we were paying in retrospect, and that we all just walked out of that inn without paying. But okay, it's fine.
No, you pay for your room first, and
yeah.
No, Thomas doesn't have anything to do in the shop. He just wants to look after Oddleif and the items she's carrying.
So the chances we get attacked 3 times on the road are very, very slim.
By the way, before the rest of the group arrives, I do ask Thomas the following, which is, do you think it's worthwhile to let somebody, and do you think it's smart to let somebody who knows about magic items take a look at the item?
I don't think we want any unwanted attention to this item. It already has brought us a lot of trouble, and the more people that know about it, the more chance we have that we have another encounter with. Yeah,
that's totally fair, and I respect that, and we'll keep it hidden and secret.
All right.
As soon as we deliver the item, we can always ask the person on the receiving end what it is.
Sure. Yeah, I would be very curious to find out what it is. Because I've never come across anything like it. So.
No, I haven't seen anything like it either, and I've seen a lot of treasure in my day.
Well, we'll just keep drinking tea until the rest arrives.
Well, the rest arrives eventually, and you're all together again.
Yay!
Yeah, the shop
how
is very, very. When 5 people come inside at once, it's really small.
Yeah.
Especially if one's.
I say
carrying
the
out
sentence I said before to barely take notice of the shop. Just
So
tell them.
I quickly go to tell Seva, meet Brother Bowin, Brother Solwing, and Sir Gunther.
Welcome to our shop. Solwing, you are an Averin, aren't you?
I am.
That's a rare occurrence.
Well, I don't know what to say to that.
Yeah, I don't mean to be rude. I apologize if I am, but it's just
No,
species
you're
aren't seen here very often.
No, if
If at all.
If
So
you
this-
want to know anything about us, then you can ask. And what a strange shop you have. Where are all these items from?
They're actually from the Nero, which is a species that lives beneath the surface of the ocean. Sea folk.
Beneath the surface of the ocean.
Yes. So, in some ways, kind of opposite to what you are. But just as exotic in these parts.
But a lot braver.
Well, they can't fly.
No,
For
but
that-
to be under the sea is dangerous.
Yep, and not for them.
For them, it would be at
They can breathe underwater without any problems.
for them
They
it
have
would be as
problems,
dangerous
sorry.
to be high up in the sky.
Yeah, that would make sense. But I haven't heard a lot about Nero yet, and yeah, seems scary, right? To live underwater.
Well, for them it's scary to live on the surface because they can't breathe here. They have special devices that help them come to the surface of magical nature. But other than that, they just can't survive on land.
But they are not fish-like.
No, they have limbs and stuff, but they also have fins.
And gills.
Wait, I might show you some pictures. And she looks at a case filled with books, and she pulls one from the shelf, and she shows you some pictures of these bluish, greenish humanoids with just with the hands and feet, but they're webbed, so there's the webs between their fingers. I mean, and they have often these long fins that run across their from their head all across their back, and some even have them on their arms, a bit like your wings. They don't have noses, with a flat face, and but they do have a mouth and keels.
Gills.
Gills.
Gills on their necks. They don't have ears. They have eyes that are a bit further apart than most humanoids have. A bit like yours, actually.
Yeah. And do they look confident in the pictures?
They look kind of beautiful, actually, for another species. They're very they're drawn like by someone who clearly revered them in some way.
Yeah, they look brave. They look like I imagined.
I actually had a friend, a narrow friend, when I was very much younger. When I was around the age of 4 or 5, he used to come to the island with his parents every once in a while. We would play on the island or in the sea, mostly actually. I never could pronounce his name, and I think I don't even know his actual narrow name. We just always called it. He always let told us to call him Seafoam because he had a white streak across his back, which was almost shaped like the foam of the sea when it hits the sand on the beach. So very nice. Yeah, just recall that memory all of a sudden.
Well, we're all creatures under Aedon's eyes, so.
Yeah, I think they still follow the old ways, though.
Mostly, yeah.
I mean,
Aedon doesn't do much.
Yeah, I can imagine the disciples had some trouble of going underwater and actually speaking to them. So they might not have heard the word of Aedon as well as you heard it, brother.
Time changes everything.
Of course.
They are not to blame.
But can I offer you some tea, or are you leaving?
Well, I think actually that we are that we have to leave unless you guys wanted to do some shopping here. Otherwise, I would say we head to the authorities real quick and then head on to the road because we're losing daytime and we could get some like a couple of hours of travel in.
That sounds good to me.
Sounds like a good idea. Thank you,
Thomas.
Paisa, for all the hospitality and the explanations.
I want to be on the road
My
as
pleasure.
soon as I can.
Seifa, it was so lovely to see you again, and I'm so glad you're doing well, and I hope to see you soon again. Yeah, and maybe you'll read some of my can read some of my work when I think it's done, or close to being done.
Well, the same for you, Oddleif. It was really nice to see you again. And when you see your family, please give them my best regards. And
I will.
when you're in the city again, stop by. And I will always enjoy talking to you. So,
yeah, thank you.
Good luck on your travels, Sir Knight, brother, and Solwing. Mr. Squire, and
well, thank you.
Yeah.
Nice to have met you.
It's a beautiful shop you have.
So are we going out the other gate?
Yeah, the opposite, the one that we came from, I guess, sort of.
Yeah, that's.
Do you still want to go talk to a captain or?
Oh yeah, we should definitely talk to some authorities, but let's make it quick. We just need to show them. Solwing can show them on a map where the base of the Scarlet Blade is, or a base. I hope it's the base, but so yeah.
Okay.
All right, yeah. So you head towards the main guard post, city. It's located at the bazaar, not too far from the Old Sword, actually. Yeah, it's broad daylight, so you can just enter the building and talk to someone there.
Well, Gunther, this isn't the house of God, so I suggest you do the talking.
Okay. I just look for the figure that exudes the most authority, and I step right at him or her.
Oh, that's actually the captain you spoke to earlier. And he immediately recognized you. Sir Gunther.
Greetings, Captain. Yeah, we wanted to inform you about the Scarlet Blade Bandits.
Oh?
Yeah, we have encountered them on our travel to this town, to Cabri, and
I see where this is going.
we might know where they, where they have their hideout.
Oh, we know where they are. In the north,
Okay,
right?
I looked to Solwing. Is it to the north?
Yeah.
And why haven't you done anything about it?
Because I can't spare the men.
I look around. Does the station look crowded or?
And
how do the men look? Inactive, or are they busy?
Yeah, the ones. If you look at them on the street, they're very active, and but in here they're more relaxed and less dutiful, to say.
Okay.
But yeah, we know where to hold up. It's fort in the north, right near the hills. But yeah, I just can't spare the men. It would take a sizable force to push them out of there. There's actually a lot of them.
Okay, how many?
At least,
do you know that?
we don't have any exact numbers, but we suspect it's somewhere about 50. It's a fortified location. So I think it would take me at least as many men as well to travel there and drive them out. With no guarantee that we would actually eliminate them.
Have you considered
I would lose a lot of men in the process. So we asked the Crown for help, but
Yes,
they have refused.
They have refused? That's not... that doesn't sound like the Crown to me.
Well,
and
with all due respect, Sir Knight, the Crown doesn't help us a lot here in Capri. But our wise leader has split himself off from the Crown, and this is the way the Crown lets him feel that.
Okay.
We want to
I'll
be
be
independent,
sure to-
and so we should solve our own problems.
I'll be sure to take that with me next time I'm in court, because as long as there's people in Estes suffering by the hands of brigands and bandits, I think that the Crown should be helping out wherever they can.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I look to the rest of the party. Let me discuss something with my colleagues, please. And he turns away from the from the captain, and he stands a bit back so the captain can't overhear. Shouldn't we do anything about this? Because the bandits will keep attacking caravans.
I'm sorry, Sir Gunther, if I've done anything and to make you think otherwise, but I'm just a simple playwright. I don't think there's anything that I can do. to stop these bandits.
Bowin says, "Be gentle, be patient. Be gentle, be patient," and stares off in the distance.
So that's a yes. And Solwing?
Are you seriously talking about involving ourselves in storming a fort of 50 men with the 5 of us?
Well, not storming the fort with the 5 of us, but we can take it out and see if there are any ways we can get inside the fort. And
you did hear that he said 50 men.
50, not 15.
I know that...
50.
Yeah, 50.
Well, if the guard captain might spare a couple of his men, we might stand a chance. I've seen the destructive magic of Oddleif. Sorry, sorry, woman, but your magic was very destructive last night. So,
well, last night it did help us out somewhat, but we can't always rely on that, and it's definitely not my my strength to do that, and also not my calling or my occupation.
Let's say it like this. I don't see as how we are responsible for it, but if somehow you decide to go and all of you decide to go, then of course I will help you. But yeah.
It has to be a group decision in this case, because, well, you have seen me in battle, and I can't offer much help on that front, so if we have to do anything about it, yeah.
Hey, guy. This is just between us without a DM hearing, but this might be a quest This might be a quest for when we're a couple of levels higher, maybe. I don't know. Okay.
I didn't say anything. Okay, let's continue.
So Thomas, what do you
So we
think?
might go.
I didn't hear anything.
What do you think, Thomas?
Thomas says, these bandits are a plague to the land. I think if we can pick them off one by one, we might stand a chance, but storming a fort seems folly. And he looks to Gunther, and Gunther looks a bit disapprovingly to Thomas, but... Okay, Gunther finally gives in and he says, okay, then we will head on our journey, and we will try to... I will try to inform the knightly orders about this, see if they can do anything about it.
I think that's the wisest decision.
You do know that the Cobalt Shield has a large base in the next city, Lester.
The Cobalt Shield?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's another knightly order?
That's a knightly order, yeah.
Awesome. Awesome name.
We will inform the Cobalt Shield in the next time.
Sounds interesting.
Do you say that to Captain Asiash, or?
No, I just speak to the group now, and
yeah, we were discussing
Yeah, because
a bit off.
it felt like it was directed at me for some reason.
Okay, we will carry on with our quest of our journey to.
Yeah, let's head on to the road and get us money.
I turn back to the captain and I say, I will inform the Cobalt Shield order of this problem, and I hope they can spare some knights to get rid of these brigands, because they are a big problem, but we are just too small a group to do anything about it right now.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't ask you to do anything about it, especially not considering, you know. I can say it. Your age, sir, the knight of your stature.
There's nothing wrong with my age. There's nothing wrong with my age. And
no, that's not. You're venerated and respected knight. I understand, but knights like you don't go storming forts anymore, right? Usually.
Of course we do.
Don't give him the wrong
idea. As long as I
idea.
serve the crown, I will do its job.
Okay, but in any case, we would really appreciate it if you could speak on our behalf.
Yeah. Thomas is standing behind Gunther and doing this.
But yeah, I wish you well on your travels, and
thank you. Do you know what the when we head out onto the road to Brentwick, is there any place where we can rest for the night in a day's travel? Somewhat, like, is there a small village or?
Well, if you Brester is really close by. It's like 30 kilometers.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
So a full day's march will get you there easily, but you don't have a full day anymore.
No, and we have slept alongside the road before, so we're used to that. If we don't make it, but if needed, we could choose to go all night and reach Brester.
Exactly. You should. Yeah, if you leave now, then I think you would reach Brester and well into the night, but not too late that inns will have closed their doors.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you very much for your help, Captain.
Yeah, no problem at all. And again, best of luck on your travels. And I would appreciate if you spoke on our behalf to the Cobalt Shield.
We will.
And with that.
Yeah, with that,
you move.
You leave Cabri, right? You head back onto the road.
Yeah. Back onto the road.
Yeah, when you leave Cabri, you see actually another part of Cabri that you haven't seen before. There's a on this side of the city, there's actually a lot of buildings built against the wall of the city. So outside of the city, down the hill on which the city is built, there's actually a lot of housing of people who live here. Actually, there's also an inn you pass by, but yeah, who's watching for that anymore? Yeah, you travel along the road. You make good time. There's
when we leave the gate, I sing my daily sun hymn.
Okay.
So my daily song.
Most of the traffic is coming your way, because most of the traffic that's heading to Bresser left early this morning. Because, like I said, it's about a day's travel, like 8 hours of travel towards Bresser. So most of the people you meet on the road are heading towards Cabri. At some point, I want to ask... Let's go with Solwing for a perception check.
Let's go. Oops, okay.
Do you fly at all?
No, I'm just walking along with the rest
Okay.
of us.
Yeah, okay. No,
And
I'll keep that in mind.
Solwing is actually agreeing with the landscape here and having a lot of fun and feeling comfortable with his friends and rolling. I don't know if you can read it, but a 1.
A 1. Oh, God.
Perfect 1 on my perception check. So noticing nothing.
Okay, yeah, well, fair enough. The lands here are becoming a lot more flat than what you traveled over before, and even a bit more wet than before. There's often these small brooks of water that you can see in the distance. You're heading towards a pretty big river. Grab the name quickly. No, that's the wrong look. Folder. God damn it. The Therin River, which is known for its large traffic towards Haldron and even towards the sea. The land's becoming, yeah, like I said, more flat, more moist, and yeah, you're making good time. Sun, it's time for some food at some point. I'm guessing Bowin cooks a nice and hearty meal for you guys. And then eventually the sun is going down. It's fall, so it's going down. It's good. It's good meal. Yeah.
24 meal.
24 meal. Wow, that's a 5-star meal.
I'm just surprised. You know, the best meals are the meals where people put a bit of love in it, you know. And yeah. I wouldn't have been surprised if there was a little less love in this meal, but apparently
no.
I've got 24 of love, man.
Yeah,
I've got 24 of love.
Thank you. I comment on it by saying that the first meal you ever cooked us might have not tasted as nice, but you sure have shown your skill with cooking now, Bowin. Thank you very much for this very nice meal.
I think the handkerchief is shrinking.
During the meal, I want to give Thomas the opportunity to make a perception check.
Okay, let's do this. Right, let me prepare my sheet.
One.
This will be amazing. Oh, wow. 19 plus
Super.
1, so that's 20.
Okay, yeah, you had this idea for a while, but now you're actually pretty sure that someone's following you.
Okay,
not too far. Someone might be hiding in the tall grass.
Okay.
And let's end the session there.
Who's hiding in the tall grass?
Oh man. Man.
Yeah, it's 11, so Yeah, it's done.
Wow.
Damn it.
Wow.
To Bresser, right? Finally.
Yeah.
To
Bresser!
It's
I wish we could keep going. Oh, almost my second mosquito kill on stream.
Oh, wow.
Unfortunately, he got away.
Next time, mosquito. Next time.
Almost,
This is an
almost a hit.
animal-friendly stream. No actual animals were hurt during the program of this stream.
Man, that was intense.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a session full of roleplay. No comments.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
statistically speaking, why should you fight 3 days in a row, right?
Yeah.
Indeed.
That's true.
Indeed. Yeah.
Would
So
be
next
weird.
time
That's what happens in real life as well. I never fight 3 days in a row on the road before my home.
And someone got the
Never
first
had
magic
this.
item.
Someone got their first magic item.
Oh, man.
Also nice.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah,
I'll keep it.
to everyone in chat, thank you very much for watching. If you wanted to know what happened before this, you can find the previous episode on YouTube. And this will appear there in a couple of days as well.
Yeah. So be sure to check us out on Twitch, on YouTube, and on Instagram for a bunch of content that we already put on there, and then for all the future content we're going to put up on there.
And Facebook.
And be sure to watch Talking Void next Tuesday. Oh, not next Tuesday. The next
With Erik.
with Erik.
Start.
Erik.
Yeah, so if you have any questions for Erik or for Jasper, be sure to ask him via any route where you can find us, like Instagram, Facebook. Going to look into setting up a Discord where people can join and even ask questions there, and have some spot where we can share all the stuff with you guys and talk to you.
Yeah.
But that's work in progress.
Okay.
Thank you so
So,
much for joining us tonight.
Yeah. Thanks everyone, and thanks again to Stone Golem for letting us use their music.
Also, Ben, check them out on www.stonegolem.nl.
NL.
Unbiased in this thing, but
Yeah.
totally. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, let's just say goodbye before we start talking again, and this will last half an hour. So goodbye, everyone. Some end credits for you.
Everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye. Cacao. Oh no, I shouldn't say that. Bye.